Oh, yes, I am. I'm sorry. I read that whole thing without what called that totally muted. That was a fail. Just give me a sec. That was a big. Oh, wait, where can I find it? That was a big fail fish on my part. Big fail fish. Why isn't the fail fish highlighted? That was a super fail fish on my part. Alright. We'll keep it going. Oh. Well, I had fun. I had fun while it lasted. At least I got to ride in a limousine for a good 30 seconds. In real life, my own registered vehicle as well, my 10-year-old bicycle. The apartment had no space for a car anyway. Actually, a single room with cracked walls might be an insult to the word apartment. Pull up those curtains for a spectacular $1 view featuring a sewage pipe and a wall tainted with yellow. Open the window if you wish to smell the sewage as well. A breathtaking experience. By the way, sorry, I need to take back the one room thing. Actually had 2 rooms. Thank you very much. The second room happened to be a toilet. That still counted, right? The toilet clogged 3 times a month. So be careful when using it. Miss Venti! Miss Venti! A woman's voice echoed from outside. She was no fan, but rather my landlady. I glanced over at my clock. 6 a.m. Waiting another hour or 2 would have been nice. She probably just wanted to tell me about another rent rise. Nothing good ever came out of that woman's mouth. I would be, better off staying in bed. What do you guys want to choose? It's a 20-second delay, so rise and shine or stay in bed? You guys choose the fate. I'll be waiting for your answer. Massachusetts. Rise. Alright, let's see. Alright, first answer is rise. Arise and shine out of it. Coming! As I changed it to something more appropriate, the landlady still kept knocking. I said I was coming, did I not? Maybe I should walk out naked if that was what she dug. If this were a game, we might get a sale boost too. Good morning, Miss Venti, the landlady said. I must ask, what is with that hair? It looks like you just woke up. That's because I did. It's the waste for young ladies like you to sleep away your youth. The landlady shook her head. She had no right to preach me like this. I wanted to tell her but decided against it, as doing so would give her an excuse to lecture me further. With her size, if I enraged her, she would squash me into Venti flavored pancake. Miss Venti, your rent was due 3 days ago. Oh, well, at least there was no rent increase. Sorry, madam. Next paycheck will come after tonight's shift. So I'll pay you first thing tomorrow morning. Apple? The landlady grunted. Alright. To show that if this keeps up, you have to find somewhere else to live. She spun around to leave. Once she disappeared behind the corridor, I kicked my door shut, causing a piece of my cracked wall to fall off. I tried shoving the piece back into place. My effort resulted into more wall fragments flaking off. She wants rent and she got a crappy apartment? Really? Great, the landlady would make me pay for that next month. Once I became an accomplished calligrapher, would beg for a chance to shine my shoe. Hey, I sounded a bit ranty before, but that was never my intention. A lot of famous people had humble beginnings. I would follow in their footsteps, but first I need to put in the work. Without within. Commercial break. And so I returned to the busiest street in my area, with my calligraphies spread before me. I sat on the concrete and rested my back against the fence. Car horns blared behind me, mixed with people shouting things about each other's mothers. Let me save. Alright, so that's how it's saved? Okay. These cars kept expelling fumes that made me choke. It was one of my many things I dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost every inch of space on the street ahead. Surely this would be the day when somebody spotted my talent. As always, no one offered me anything more than a passing glance, and I will soon dwindle, and what is in my will soon dwindle. And my will soon dwindle. Let me be honest. I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. What was that old saying? 10% of the people you reach out to will buy your work. I could live with that. Even just 1%, please, anything but 0. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. Should I preserve or rent? You guys choose. Persevere or rent? You guys be my deciding choice. You guys be my deciding choice. Well, choose what you guys decide. Let me know, let me know. I like the music. You want me to rant? Alright. Let's see if she gets attention by ranting. Let's go. Enough was enough. I sprang off the ground and kicked the fence behind me. The crowd stared as I ranted on and on about their ignorance. It felt so good to let loose. These people knew how to spot real art. My career would have already kicked off. Alright. 2 days later, my eruption made its way to the internet. Guys, make sure to never buy anything from her. She's nuts. Oh, who does she think she is? Spread the news, everyone. We need to make sure people like that never get anywhere. Oh my God. My career was doomed. If I knew one mistake would destroy everything, I would have kept my trap shut. How I wish I could relive that day. Oh, bad end. Alright, let's load the save. I decided to keep these displeasures to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. I wonder if my patience would ever become worthwhile. It's just as I thought. A man paused to look at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. As the man eyed my work one by one, I felt my cheeks heating up from anticipation. So it automatically went into persevere. I felt my cheeks heating up from anticipation. At least someone who spared more than a moment with my works must be my reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I bet you he just throws the chicken at me. I summoned the courage to speak with the man, but he spoke first. You're charging for these? I managed a tiny nod. The man snorted, I would never hang these on my wall. Even if you gave them to me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. Trolls online were one thing. Confronting one in real life was a rarity. Judging from the man's scrawny arms, I bet I could overpower him with ease. And he would know just how big of a blunder he had made. Should I attack or restrain? I'm gonna restrain. Attack? Alright, I'll attack. Attack! I crunched over one of my calligraphies and rose. The man must have sensed my violent intent as he backed a step and shielded his face with a bucket of chicken. I threw a punch at him before he could flee to the crowd. My fist connected with the side of his head. That marked the first time I ever hit someone. My knuckles hurt from the blow, but seeing the guy drop jaw made it worthwhile. He probably grew up this way because nobody ever dared to punish him. A couple of pedestrians popped in and held me back from attacking the man further. Is he saved? I squirmed against their grips, but gave up as my anger waned. Once my breathing returned to normal, the civilians loosened their hold and I brushed myself free. I'll remember this. The man fled for the train station, eating another piece of chicken as he did so. I hoped he choked on it. The next morning, someone knocked on my door. I checked the clock, 5 a.m. When would the landlady cut me a break? Miss Venti, it's the police. Oh my God. I cupped the hand over my mouth as if kept quiet. What is it would make the police go away? They must be here to ask about my assault yesterday. You guys are mean. The guy that I punched was nothing but talk. I should have let him ramble. God knew what would befall me now. I prayed I would at least be spared a jail sentence. Tears struck down my cheeks as I buried myself under the blanket. This had to be nothing more than a bad dream. Oh, bad end! Oh my God, let's load again. So I decided to keep the displeasures to myself. People often said patience. I already went through this. Restrained. That was the second bad end. Alright. Restrain. Folks always said to ignore trolls. I clenched my teeth and stayed put. After chuckling in my face, the man strutted off. Determined to prove him wrong, I continued to sit and wait for potential customers. Another 1,000 people walked by without sparing me a look. Lingering here any longer would be a waste of time. As I packed my things, I insisted I was leaving because my part-time job started in an hour. Deep inside, I knew that the man's word had rocked my conscience. Giving up on calligraphy would mean I had wasted all this time over nothing. Yet, if I lacked the gift, persevering might make things worse. Tears welled in my eyes and I clenched my fist to hold them back. Speaking of tears, I heard a kid crying within the crowd. It looked like he had a lost child on our hands. Pedestrians shot him glances, but none of them offered more than that. These really were horrible people. To cheer myself up, I told myself I would never want my calligraphies to be owned by people like that. I should help the kid. That would mean being late for my job. Help. If I judged others for abandoning a child, then did the same for myself, I would be a jerk and a hypocrite. With a sigh, I walked up to the boy. There, it's okay. Did you lose, Mommy? The boy was sobbing too hard to answer. I leaned in to stroke his back on one hand and his head with the other. Let me know if you lost mommy, okay? I'll help you find her, so there's no need to be scared. The kid managed to nod at last, and I whispered good boy in his ear. What's your mommy's name? Hungry. Her name is Hungry? The boy's tummy growled and I realized what he meant. Oh well, how about I'll buy you a sandwich? The kid shook his head. I want ice cream. Hey kid, ice cream is more of a dessert actually. I want ice cream. So ice cream it was. One for him and none for me. The money came out of my pocket, of course. My poor wallet. At least this kid could have eaten the whole thing rather than let half of it melt on his shirt. Jessie, the boy said. That's mommy's name. Jessie, Jessie, I called as I strode along the street. Now people stared at me more than ever. Enough to make me blush. Maybe I should try shouting Jessie at random the next time I saw my calligraphies. The sky turned orange as time ticked by. Yes, I knew my shift started half an hour ago. Stop reminding me. A woman squeezed through the crowd and scurried towards us. She ran past a red light, nearly getting hit by a truck in the process. Mommy, the boy shook free of my hold and rushed in his mother's embrace. After muttering apologies to her son, the woman gazed towards me. Oh, thank you so much for your help. You're wonderful, just wonderful. The torrent of praise curled my lips into a stupid grin. Anyone could have done the same thing. Please, if there's anything I could do in return, just let me know, the mother said. Actually, there is something I need help with. The mother nodded. Anything in my powers, miss. Which way, back to the train station? Without within. Commercial break. Let's save here. The sky had gone dark by the time I arrived at work. I opened the restaurant door gingerly to avoid making any noise. Stealth mode switched on. They called me Ninja Venti for a reason. Miss Venti? The voice of my boss nearly made me jump onto the ceiling. Sorry, I'm late. I wanted to explain, but my boss glared at me and my tongue slurred out a bunch of syllables. My explanation was in there somewhere, probably, maybe. I received an earful from my boss, but at least I got to keep my job. Several colleagues shot me frowns for not being here during such a busy period. In the end, I took all the blame without complaint, but at one point I locked myself in the toilet and screamed into the bowl. Okay? I also might or might not have fantasized about dunking my workmate's head into the toilet. That was for me alone to know, though. At least I earned a paycheck. Needed to help my landlady quiet for another month. At least I earned the paycheck needed to keep my landlady quiet for another month. As for the month after that, we would see when the time came. All I wanted was to pursue my arts. My reality kept pressuring me towards finding a second job. On my way home, I spotted a banner for an upcoming visual novel named Princess Aria. Game had been long hyped on every forum I knew. Amazing art along with a cast of famous voice actors. The writer and composer were big names too. For Princess Aria to have an ad this big, there must be a lot of money put behind the project. The way this banner hung high gave me the sense it was an extra important. When as the bright light shone on the princess' face to impress potential players. Yes! That was what I really needed. If I had a banner like that, no doubt people would line up to buy my calligraphy. I could already imagine how folks would react as I walked along the streets. Hey, I think that was Vinti. Wow, no way, you mean the famous calligrapher I see on all those banners? Yeah, she must be really good. Maybe we should ask for her autograph. My agent would then step in on my behalf. Please line up in an orderly fashion, everyone. How much for an autograph? Shut up and take my money. My agent nodded in response. Autographs are available for $100, thanks. God. That would be $100, thanks, the game shop owner said. Princess Aria costs twice what I have predicted. If I bought the game, I would have too little fret left for rent. I opened my wallet hoping I might have more cash on hand, and I realized turned out I had less actually. I hung my head and the shopkeeper sighed. His arched brows pressured me into buying a game. I did ride 3 trains to get here. Might as well pick up something. The shopkeeper how much money I had. He shook his head. The store owner pulled out a different game from under his table. He brushed away the dust on it so I could see the cover. The title read Sunflower War, a visual novel about the battlefield. Copyright 1997. The bottom read, no wonder it was so cheap. Art by Invert Mouse, whoever the heck that was. The front cover would fit perfectly in a kindergarten classroom. I flipped the case, see what was highlighted on the back. This game supported up to 640 x 480 resolution, truly the pinnacle of technology. Oh my god, that's the worst resolution. So used to crisp resolutions. The shopkeeper grimaced. He must have sensed I wanted to say no. His stare made my palms stained with sweat. And I ended up buying the game. Dealing with folks like that had always been a weakness of mine. Remind me never to visit this store again. Without within commercial break. With heavy strides, I returned to my apartment. Zero calligraphy details. Late for work and with rent topped off by blowing cash on some game I had no interest in. What I really wanted to play was Princess Aria. Forcing myself to suffer anything else would just upset me further. Should I play or sleep, sis? Instead of an apple, it's a pear. Check it. Instead of an apple, it's a pear. Well, I'll sleep it off. I think by the music, it's a bad ending. I'll quick save. Forget it, I only brought Sunflower War out of pressure. After shoving the game into my bin, I crawled into bed. For the next weeks, I tried over and over to sell my calligraphies. But all of my works remained untouched. Well, aside from a few pedestrians who stepped on them by mistake. Wait, my bad. I did make one sale. This guy said he needed my calligraphy to use as toilet paper. Oh sh. I had zero passion left for calligraphy. In fact, just thinking about it fueled me with anger. It was was no longer the career for me. Today I choose to retire for good. Oh no! Wait. Listen, I did spend money on Sunflower War. Might as well give it a go. They left me pretty drained, so the relic of a game would do a good job putting me to sleep. I switched on my laptop and inserted the disc, which I partly hope will fail to load from old age. Too bad it worked just fine. No doubt, a lot of people were loving Princess Aria right now. Meanwhile, here I was enjoying the 640 times 480 godsend. No voice acting either. The illustrations looked like they were done by a child. I would be better off closing my eyes and imagining my own artworks. The grass reached up to our knees as I read along. I painted an image of the scene in my head. Plants rustled as we waded through. Pulse once every few steps, fearing there might be snakes hidden around the bushes. Somehow we managed to survive the evening. The sun surged from beyond the horizon, outlining the earth with an orange glow. Slowly the blue sky emerged and vanquished the dark that had haunted me. As light bathed the soil, I found myself in a field of sunflowers. I had imagined this place to look far more terrifying, but anxiety had merely been playing tricks on me. I drew a deep breath to savor the morning fragrance. Distant birds chirped as if applauding our survival. I could see it. Not only that, but touch, hear and smell too. An experience crafted by my imagination, the image rivaled and stroke of my artist, and it belonged to me alone. This fulfillment inspired me to take things further. The blasts of gunfire deafened us as we dove behind the wall. A bullet whizzed past the tip of my helmet. Sam had passed his helmet on to me with her dying breath. I would carry on her legacy. Well, she actually liked it. The desert heat pinched sweat from my eye pore. I desperately wanted to empty this water bottle down my throat, but with no help in sight, must conserve every drop. Joe's eyes closed, this time never to reopen despite our promise to survive together. Only I managed to live. How I wished I could take her place. I finished reading Sunflower War right as the clock struck 3 a.m. How so many people had missed this classic left me dumbfounded. Actually, that would be a lie, as if I too had every intention of tossing this game aside. I kept demanding excitement without offering an ounce of passion in return. If I played my part, I might be able to discover so much more. As Sunflower Ward's credit rolled, I realized just how small the development was. The team probably knew that they stood no chance against the bigger studios. Yet they did this. Yes, they still did their best with dated technology to deliver a vision they believed in. It's alright. The happiness they felt when working on the project poured out every line in this game. I could gaze right into their heart, thing I had long neglected. Mommy, Daddy! Venti, what is it, darling? Look, look, it's my calligraphy! Honey, it's calligraphy. That's great, I think you have a lot of talent. This is so much fun, I'm going to become a calligrapher. I have forgotten the last time I found joy in calligraphy. Every stroke these days felt like grocery chore. All I obsessed over was how much, or rather how little, people paid attention to my efforts. My work no longer possessed heart, and I failed to notice it. Time to do something about that. I could hardly wait to start. After all, I chose this path because I loved it. Without within, commercial break. So the next day, I ventured outside with a new set of calligraphies. Though I made no sales thus far, I still found myself beaming. That might explain why some people smiled back. Perhaps it was the weather, but I swear everyone felt warmer today. Mommy, Mommy, there she is, the ice cream lady. The boy dragged his mother into my direction. It was that kid I helped out yesterday. The mother and I exchanged nods. Honey, the lady has a name. It's rude to call her the ice cream lady. What's her name then? Oh, sorry, what is it? It's Venti. The mother slapped the boy on the back. See, her name is Miss Venti. Mommy, can we buy some of these doodles from the ice cream lady? Doodles must be another word for top-of-the-line calligraphy. No other explanation could restrain me from shaking the brain out of this boy. My name was nowhere inside that little brain anyway. The mother checked the wallet and her face crunched up the way mine often did. All good, madam. I knew how it felt to live on the edge of being homeless. Please, 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 the boy nagged on. It showed why I would never have kids. The mother relented at last and bought one of my works. Guess the boy wanted to repay my kindness. I gave his hair a ruffle as thanks. After flashing his missing tooth with a grin, pulled his mother back into the crowd. Well, at least I scored better marks than you. Another man strolled towards me. Wow, I was on a roll now, with hearts, with a heart on my side. My fame and fortune have arrived. Clean my shoes, peasants. She still has that dismal mentality. Hey, it's you again, the man said. Oh, the troll from yesterday. I calmed my thoughts to avoid causing a scene. Maybe the guy came to apologize. Even a creep like him must know how rude he had been. Yes, my aura had cleansed him of all evil thoughts. Go on, empty your wallet at my greatness. Wow, these new scribbles are even worse than the ones you bought last time. I could imagine her face. Dome. Her eyes turned dark. What do you call that at the sight of this troll? Done. It's getting closer. Done. She's really pissed now, as her head is heating up. Crazy Calligrapher, a dubstep remix with original. Crazy Calligrapher dubstep mix with original. Oh my god! And they had to put a type YouTube. What do you call that? Because somehow I had turned into an internet celebrity. Top comment, damn, snap! Oh, she went full crazy. Triangle mouth at 07, Illuminati. Oh my god, this is retarded! This is so retarded! This is a triangle mouth at 7 seconds, Illuminati. Oh god, this is pure retarded, this stuff. She be like, why you not buy? This is actually, what is it, YouTube comments. Or like this, what is it, might be a good time to look for a second job. Oh, that was so funny. Oh my god, that was retarded. Well, that was without within. That was, what is it, uberly retarded, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.